once. I wasn't gone, I was doing what I was doing, I wasn't showing it to y'all. So to you, I'm back, ha! To you, I'm back, ha ha! Yeah, big dog back, I'm commanding the troops. I got a legion of angels that stand at command in my hand, I'm commanding the room. I make them jump from the floor to the roof. They wanna do me Shador, they wanna try to ignore.
Souls of Thought. Disclaimer. This live stream is for entertainment and commentary purposes only. Statements made are opinions, satire, or hypothetical discussion and should not be interpreted as factual claims. We are not journalists, attorneys, or professionals. We are reacting to publicly available information. No statements should be construed as accusations or assertions of wrongdoing. By viewing this content, you acknowledge that you are responsible for your own interpretations. Viewer discretion is advised.
Are you making another beat, Daddy?
Yeah.
And Genius is my
Loyalty
dad.
off the strength. Man, loyalty off the strength. Squad with me off the strength.
Let's go.
If you with your people, let it be known.
Loyalty off the strength.
Yeah, yeah.
Squad got me off the strength. Going crazy off the strength.
Yeah, yeah.
We ain't playing off the strength. My team strong.
She with her ladies off the strength.
My team strong.
She with her ladies off the strength.
She showing coochie like Boozy, sliding on her like the Tusi. They saying beggars can't be choosy. I ain't begging, so I'm choosy. Way I'm seasoned, I'm a movie. In the bed, it's unruly. Getting high first, coolly. I'm a dog, no cue, she a cutie. I'm leaving my prints when I smack on her boot. I'm all in her space, she like the intrusion. Got a role play, she like the illusion. On the other side, it's a squad when I'm moving. Uber Excel, whatever we doing. New clientele, business maneuvers. I'm cool with some lords and I'm cool with some hoovers. Come to the court, they call me a shooter. Come to the guns, I'm calling a shooter. Better call it a truce before I call a conclusion. I'm from the city where it ain't no snoozing. I'm from the city where it ain't no lacking. It was so fast, that's how it happened. Put a hit on your mind, I got hits on my mind. B-class could write a hit on the nap. I'm making a list, I got hits on my mind. Where I'm from, somebody dying if we cap it. Loyalty off the strength. Squad got me off the strength. Going crazy off the strength. We ain't playing off the strength.
Yeah, yeah.
My team strong.
She with her ladies off the strength.
My team strong.
She with her ladies off the strength.
I love my brother off the strength of that, but we was in the vacant lot, he grabbed the bat. We was in the vacant lot, I grabbed the ball, numbers looking wrong, so we had to haul. But we came back. You heard the story, West Adams Street. West Side babies cooking up. This Mike and Kobe if they hooking up. I think of Kobe when I'm looking up. I'm the one, never shooken up. They shooting. These bars make you look me up. I give it thought.
Yes. We are in the building. Man. We got a new show for y'all on deck, man. 40 for 40, man, where grown men are talking about grown men-ish. You know what I mean? So y'all already know who I am. I'm Souls of Thought. We got your favorite uncle from Uncle Plug TV. But we got somebody new in the building, Plug. How you want to introduce a Plug? Plug?
Let me tell you something. This is our compadre, our partner, our player partner, the one and only Scotty too hotty. Scotty, you want to introduce yourself? You ain't got to be long.
I'll do a light introductory, just everybody.
Okay.
Good day, as I don't know what time zone you're currently in. My name is Scott. I'm an Army veteran with a background in finance, and I'm currently a consultant. So my background is basically teaching people on how to have structure and discipline to be successful.
Okay, shoot. LinkedIn, the virtual LinkedIn, already ready for you. Scotty in the building, man. We got something very, very good for y'all, man. 40 for 40, man. It's going to be three men who know each other, who call each other friends, man. Hang out. We do a lot of things together, man, but we're going to teach y'all what from survival to structure looks like. We always sit down and talk about financial literacy. We always talk about what healthy relationships looks like. We love to talk sports. That's how we all really came together, just talking sports, going to sporting events. So we're going to also talk about some health as well, so your physical and mental health. But again, man, our whole thing for this 40 for 40 is from survival to structure. What's your 40s demand from you? And just to let all y'all know, Scotty is not officially 40, but he's close. So run with the 40 for 40, man. So tonight, it's going to be a little bit different structure, guys, that's in the chat. It's already 20 something plus. All y'all already in here watching. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Before you know it, by next week, Scotty will have his own channel, his own program. Y'all know how we do. This show is going to be very structured, guys. We're going to do 15-minute segments. There's going to be 4 segments. For those who not math majors, that's 60 minutes. You're going to get 60 minutes from us 3 grown folks up here. And anything that we need to talk about, we'll bring it back to you the following week. So we're going to start off with segment number 1. Segment number 1 is going to be our sports segment. So here we go. So segment number 1, man, for the 40 for 40, the first ever segment is sports. We're going to be talking about my one and very own and Scotty's one very own as well. Prime versus the program. Is Deion Sanders changing culture or just the camera? So the first question I have for you two gentlemen is,
let's talk about
is media attention hurting or helping or hurting college athletes, especially at Colorado?
I like to just start off here. I just say from my perspective, that is a loaded question, but it is great. There's two flips of this coin. Depending on the athlete, it can hurt them, but in another perspective, it can hurt them. If you are coming maybe from a mediocre school, or you're a high school individual that's a 3-star or 4-star that don't have a lot of tape, and you are really him, it can help you. But if you're trying to reinvent your career and you just really just been over glamorized because of the teams you've been on, it could hurt you in another perspective.
Okay. What you think, Plug?
When we start talking about Coach Prime, I think it's lost. I think it's lost overall. I think the whole program needs to be flushed. I think he needs to just call it quits and start all the way over. Because these college athletes have no loyalty. They have no loyalty, and they're just money driven. Now you would think that, in the beginning when it first started, that this would be a good thing, which I still believe is still a good thing, but the transfer portal is too much. There's no loyalty. There's no any opportunity to, stay at a program and actually build loyalty to that program. So, flush.
Okay. Yeah. I think the media attention is currently hurting him. I think at first the media attention was very healthy for him. He had his son Shador. He had Travis Hunter, the Heisman Trophy winner. You had Shiloh. I mean, you had Jimmy Horn. The list goes on and on. All of them are in the NFL currently. So except Shiloh. But the media attention was helping him initially, but now I think it's hurting him more. Even the dynamic, the perspective they tried to show this week about the spring game, the players being too small. But that's all angles, right? Because one of their quarterbacks is like 6'4". You know what I mean? So just to answer that initial question, I would say it's hurting them now, but it initially helped them. But with that being said, gentlemen, what do y'all think about the transfer portal? I heard Plug say, he needs to kind of dismantle it. The players aren't faithful anymore. What do y'all think about the transfer portal?
I think from the transfer portal perspective, I think it actually puts a lot of exposure on the schools that don't have the financial resources. It's really showing it helps level the playing field for those that already had money from a traditional perspective, but the schools that are lacking and don't have those boosters, it's really making their programs not competitive. My view.
I would say that who's going to be that athlete that says, I'm going to change that. Like, who's going to be the athlete that comes to that organization or come to that institution and say, I'm going to change that. Y'all don't have the money? Well, guess what? I'm coming, and we're going to win some ball games, and we're going to start making people show up.
Okay. Yeah, I think the portal is good, but I think it needs more structure. I think the portal lacks a lot of structure. It lacks a lot of I think once you get paid, they should treat it like the NFL. Like, let's say Jordan Seaton's a perfect example, right? He went over to Colorado and got boosters money. He got money. I feel like that money, that's your money. Whatever the next school, they need to put like a cap on it. Like, hey, you can receive this many X millions while you're in college, and we're gonna be watching what you're receiving from each university. So if you receive 1 million over here, the max is 2 million. So whatever you get at LSU, once you hit 2 million, that's the cap. So it's kind of like the NFL when they're making you pay for a player, they still paying for them even though they left, that type of thing.
You brought up a great point and something I'd like to think of. Instead of putting the onuses on the student, I think we should put the onuses on the university. So just like you stated, Jordan Seaton, LSU. LSU should only be allotted to spend maybe $35 to $40 million. In each school, depending on the division, they're allotted a certain amount. So it's not a bidding war per se. They're not trying to go for a house.
I like that. I like that. So this kind of see, look at that. Y'all thought, oh man, so y'all can elaborate. We got 10 minutes left in this segment, but I want to talk this from a veteran's perspective for those who are watching and tuning in for the first time. 40 for 40, you have three, not one, not two. You got three African American military veterans on one panel at one time.
Yes, I am a veteran.
So you got three military veterans. So I want to ask y'all this last question. It's a veteran's perspective, right? What is better, structure or spotlight?
I'll start, Scott. I got you. Structure.
Why you say?
Because if you got structure, you can handle the spotlight.
What you got, Scott?
I'm gonna have to piggyback on what Plug just stated, but just to add a little bit more, context to it. Structure builds habits. How habits goes into your discipline, which carries out results. So I would take structure any day of the week, because if you don't have structure and discipline, you're gonna fumble in the spotlight.
Okay.
That goes back to preparation for opportunity. If you prepare, when the opportunity comes, you're gonna dominate. As the great philosopher Deion Sanders stated, dominate.
I love him. He first out, bro.
Get him home, Scotty. Get him, Scotty. Beam him up, Scotty. Yeah, I definitely. I think it's a clean slate, man. 3-0, man. I think structure dictates everything. I think that's really Deion's biggest hurdle, is that the structure and discipline that the young men are not willing to partake into is what's really struggling. Like, even with them talking about me and Plug covered it on the greatest sports show on Sundays, 1181 pressure plays from the bayou to the turf. We talked about Deion making their players do up downs for all the mistakes, and they were taking personal ownership. He actually got a lot of backlash for that. A lot of people, Cam Newton was one, said he felt it was corny. So I really think structure is very important, especially for young men who most athletes, I didn't pull up the data, but Scotty, if anybody got their hands free, y'all can pull up the data of how many single parent children are in college sports today. That's a very heavy stat. Because
the go off of that. Also, Deion is like, he's been a coach. He's never been up under nobody. So he hasn't learned from anyone. So that's hurting him right now. Most of the most successful coaches in the league right now was at least under everyone, under someone that gave them something. So he can be in a room amongst these giants, but they'll be having conversations that he's not privy to, because a lot of them have a lot more coaching experience than he does, and he started late.
Yeah,
he started late. It's a big jump from a high school to or a prep school to a HBCU into PWI. You know what I mean? Like, it's big jumps, those big leaps. He make big leaps into what he's doing. Yeah.
What you got for us, Scott? I see you looking.
Yeah, I was just thinking about what you stated. I think the cameras for Deion, when it goes to showing the generation we're in, we are in a time where structure is frowned upon. And the fact that Colorado is not a football school and don't have the financial backing, what Deion's doing, it's the same thing that Nick Saban did. The difference was he didn't have the spotlight and cameras on them like they are on Dion. That's what a lot of people fail to realize is now a lot of things are out in the open. When you have a school that does not have the financial backing and the resources, he's basically being exposed.
Yeah. You know what, Scotty, too? That's what we're starting to see about the Patriots way, too. A lot of things are coming out of the clauses out there in New England now that social media is so prevalent. Like you said, I think it's easier to establish structure when there's no cameras around.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Did you get any numbers? Did you get any numbers on that, Scotty, about the single parents?
It's a ban between 30 to 50%. So there's no hard data.
Okay.
So when they say that as well, also the what they did was give him the spotlight and a lot of scrutiny because they knew within time Shador would be gone and Travis would be gone, and then you take that spotlight away, and then once you take that spotlight away, they'll forget about him.
Yeah. Well, I know y'all think 15 minutes some time. Hey, we at the 5-minute stretch. Y'all got anything y'all wanted to elaborate on that? I know we talked backstage. If there's something y'all want to elaborate on, we got 4 minutes and 45 seconds for this.
I don't want to beat up on Dion. I love you, Prime. Florida boys, stand up, man.
Yeah. You got anything, Scotty, on this one?
One thing I like to say is that I would love to see Dion pivot into another division, ACC or SEC. Him going to Colorado was just a stepping stone, just to show he can coach at that level. But he was never provided the resources nor the financial backing to be truly successful.
So you think he needs to go somewhere? He needs to get into that like Dabo Swinney world.
Correct.
What do you think he'd be a good fit? What do you think he'd be a good fit in the ACC?
ACC, I mean,
Florida State.
I would love to see him in Florida State.
Go home. Go home. No.
University of Louisville.
Get Norvell out of there.
Louisville wouldn't be bad either. Wouldn't be bad either.
He goes somewhere where funding. It's a program that they're actually going to support the program. No one talked about Colorado before Dion.
Georgia Tech.
There. Let's just Georgia Tech got the money. He goes to Georgia Tech. He can recruit. There's dogs all throughout Georgia. He'd have that Georgia pipeline on lock.
He can't go to Georgia Tech though.
Why not?
Go look up their coach's tree.
Oh no,
they're not hired old black coach at Georgia Tech.
No.
He can go. He can go to Georgia. He can go to Georgia, but not Georgia Tech. Technically, he cannot go to Georgia Tech. Like he's not going there. I think Florida State. I think he couldn't go to Florida State now. I think when that was first on the table for him, it would have been a great move.
Never was.
It was never on the table for him.
Never on the table for him. That's why he denounced Florida State, because they never gave him an opportunity for it when they got Mike Norvell.
Okay. We're down to the 2-minute warning, man. We got one come in here. Tom said he gonna let that New England Patriot come in, go in one ear and out the other. My brother Tom Brady won a championship for the whole state of Miami, Florida.
Hey. What you mean? Now, you mean for the whole state? You mean Tampa, Florida? Sir, I'm from Central Florida, my guy. Big buck shit over here, man.
So last 2 minutes for the 2-minute warning, man. Would Dion's system work in our era though? This is the 40-for-40.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how we was raised. That's how our coaches did us. Up, down, up, down.
Also, we didn't have the cameras.
That's true.
Them Oklahomas.
We gonna do up, down into your hind paw. That good. Remember the times, man. That good. Remember the time. We gonna keep doing up, downs.
Tom said he like Dion at UCLA or Florida. Ain't no black coaches at the Swamp either, bro.
UCLA.
He would have the financial support, but then also he'd have the fan support, so he would do very well. UCLA is a wide receiver, quarterback, backyard. So I could see him doing very well.
And he got Carucci. He got Carucci. She's a star. in her own right. You know what I mean? So Callie, you can do a lot. She can keep her business going. I think it'll be a good move. I think it'll be a good move, man. Shout out, man. Great first segment, man. Great way, man. Scotty, I think you've been doing this for a while, man. Scotty look like he's been doing this for a while, man. So we're gonna go ahead, man. Look at that, man. We're gonna go ahead and move on.
He's seasoned, bro.
Yeah, he's seasoned, man. Seasoned like some potatoes, man. So we're gonna move on to segment number 2, man. And this segment number 2 is mental health. So we moving into segment number 2. This is about mental and physical health. The question of today is: you can't outwork neglect. Why men in their 40s break down mentally before they do physically. So the first question I have for y'all is: we're going to talk about silent burnout, especially post-military or in any of your leadership roles.
I'll start out, and I'll just dive in. I'll just speak my truth. You know,
Yeah.
for someone that's knocking on 40, by the time you get this age, you've encountered so many things: death from either a mother or a dad, an auntie, an uncle, a close friend. You've seen so many things that has transpired in this world. You've lost money, you've lost relationships, and it takes a toll on you. People don't talk about it enough. Just being vulnerable in this current state. And I think men, especially men of color, we're not taught to really talk about our feelings. And there's only so much you're going to learn in therapy. However, you do have this pressure for being a man on what you should provide, what you should be like. And there's no really playbook to be successful. And then regardless of what opportunities you have in between, social media and the current spotlight, it puts a lot on men. And I think that's why you're seeing suicide at a high rate for men, especially those who served and seen combat in the last 20 years.
I like it. I like that. I like that first synopsis. I like it. What you got for it, Plug?
He hit it on the head, but also think about the strength of things. You know what I mean? Like whenever you do get worn down, whenever you do have to go through something that's mental, brush your job, bro. That was you're supposed to wear it, bro. As a man, you're supposed to wear it. You're supposed to wear it. And when it comes to venting, that's what you got friends for. When it comes to releasing it, that's what you got friends for. That's what you got partners for. That's when you have to escape the house and leave the crib for an hour or two and come ahead and hey, powwow with your partner and get it off your chest, get it off your head, say all that you want to say, and then say in a judgment-free zone, and then jump back in the whip and take it back to the crib with a smile. Then if you really want to take it to the next level, go take it out on her. You know what I'm saying? The position you like.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead. Sir.
I was gonna say I hear what you're saying, and I validate that, but I think in reality is a lot of people just don't want to be judged. So it's like, yes, you might have that friend, and when you go through that hard time, and then just take another step back. When you are a friend, you don't want to put that burden on your friend. You don't want to make their life more difficult or have them worrying about you. So you go in that bubble, you go in that closet. And I think that's why you're seeing suicide at a very high rate among men, especially in their late 30s, going to their 40s and 50s, just because of the pressure of what we call life. Especially if you served, you've seen a lot, you've done a lot. And even if you haven't served, if you've been a civilian, the civilian world is cutthroat. I mean, it's like being in the streets. And you damn if you do, you damn if you don't, excuse my French. But that's what you're up against. And I think it's a lot. And there's not enough pills and there's not enough therapists to help you deal with those demons.
Yeah.
Are you speaking in, I know you probably bringing it in, but are you speaking personally, or is that just in generally?
Personally, but then on life experience, it's a lot. You deal with a lot. People don't realize money don't buy happiness, careers don't buy happiness, significant others don't buy happiness. Pressure breaks diamonds, builds diamonds. Pressure breaks pipes. So imagine what it does to a human being.
Yeah. And just, Scott, I know you're new to the YouTube thing. Just say SI. We can't use the whole. We can't use the whole word. they'll like to ban us over here.
My apologies. My apologies.
Especially three black African men speaking very correctly. But I agree. This was something that I did not anticipate my transition from 20 years in the Air Force to be something that was going to be so difficult. Kind of piggybacking back to our first segment, structure is the thing that my life was built on from 18 years old, dog. Like 18, I went straight 20, 18 to 38, you know what I mean? And like getting into the civilian sector, the silent burnout for me was me trying to feel like I could overthrow all these systems that lack structure.
Mhm.
Like I did a lot of battling of like, man, I don't get it. Why did you know what I mean? Like I know I'm the best in the building, but it was just so exhausting every day to try to build the structure from people who just don't have it. And then also I was in a different place than everybody else, right? Because I'm getting 2 checks every month. You know what I mean? Like I can live off of what I'm retired with. So everything I was doing is just like a hobby at that point. But then I still want to live life. I know what we're going to talk about that later today is like just the financial and wealth and understanding those type of things. But I want to say my silent burnout was especially, man, post-military was just the lack of structure. Like it really like I put on weight, like I stopped being active running. Like I stopped a lot of things that I was doing, man. Like, and it didn't take long. Like, it didn't take long either. That's the crazy part. It don't take long.
It doesn't. It doesn't take long, bro. It's easy
Right.
to get off track. It took me about a year to get off track. But then when I got off track, I was really off track. Super off track. And the transition from military to civilian, that shit is weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird space, bro. It's a very weird space.
When the last time y'all gentlemen have checked your mental health? Like literally, not like a therapist, but just take a moment to sit down and talk about, either talk to yourself, talk to whatever you believe in, religious wise. Like, when was the last time y'all really had a true mental health check-in?
Personally, I do it daily. That's the only
Okay.
thing that keeps me sane.
What about you?
I tell you, I just started incorporating it myself, bro. I told you, I've made a pact with myself. I never go to bed without, saying, praying, and doing that. But now every morning before I even let my feet touch the floor, I do it. And then while I'm doing my morning ritual, getting ready, jump in the shower, I'm doing it the entire time while I'm doing it. So I'm like, man, I want to be covered all day. I want to be covered all day because when I touch these people that who I'm cutting, I mean, I really want to make sure that I'm transferring energy, good energy, blessed energy. For sure.
I agree. Man, I would say I think and this gonna sound crazy, my mental check-ins are on Sunday, dog. 1181 is my mental check-in. Like, cause like we both busy, but like when I first met Plug, I had more autonomy. I worked remotely, so like my life was different. Like I had a lot of autonomy when I first met Plug, and then now on my new venture, it's structured, but it's also like very demanding. So like Sundays, like it was crazy because when we started even talking about bringing a sports show on, Plug was like, man, I've been waiting on this. Because we started no middleman, just me and Plug. Like so I would really say like Sundays are my mental check-in day. I'm super excited. It's almost like a recharge, and it gets me back into the week. But that Sunday for that hour and a half, because I love talking about sports. Like it's nothing like that. And then we laugh and having banter. I would say I think we all just had a mental health check-in on Plug birthday.
Yeah.
Like being together, man. When we all together, dog, it's like we didn't miss a beat.
Good energy.
Scotty coming there being Scotty. Scotty gonna have you laughing. You know what I mean?
Y'all
gotta see y'all. Scotty acting real calm right now. He just trying to get y'all used to him.
Hey, Scotty. Hey, I'm telling you, y'all please get your ears ready for Wednesday nights when we come with this 40 for 40, because Scotty is really full of great knowledge. He's that head is full of great knowledge, man. And he comes into the barbershop and try to get it all in 35 to 40 minutes. Try to feed it. But it's given to an age group that just like they haven't gotten there yet. Like Scotty's their age, but he's so advanced beyond them because of his military background, because of how he was raised up. And I'm really appreciating being on this platform with us this evening. For real.
Feel welcome.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing for sure. For sure. It is. It really is.
Don't you cry, damn it. Don't you cry.
hey, Scotty gonna come in the shop with a new swag on it. Yeah. Y'all caught the show. Y'all caught it. Y'all caught it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. BG said he learned he can't keep snapping at everyone. Had to realize I wasn't under contract anymore. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah. Penny said Scott got that barbershop ministry. yeah. Hey, for real. But I'm telling you, man, like I don't think men understand how refreshing it is to be able to walk into a room and find your tribe within that room.
Agree.
You know what I mean? Like literally, like plug, like dog. I know you don't know Scotty, man, but you'll like Scotty, dog. When you meet him, man, you'll like Scotty, dog. Like you and Scotty, y'all are likely to I never met him. But Plug knew, like, yep, I got somebody for you. Don't even worry about it. I got somebody right in your speed, gonna think like you think. Y'all might deliver it a little differently, but y'all on the same wavelength, and it works out. It really works out, man. And I think that helps a lot of men when it comes to this mental burnout and the understanding. I think for us, we don't neglect it or we don't overlook it because we have strong support systems that y'all seeing right here. Like, I think it's a difference. It's a difference when you can, like, we don't talk as much, but I know I could call Scotty.
Yeah.
Hey, Scotty Bird, what you doing? Oh, man, whatever. Come on. You know what I mean? Or you got to catch him at 2:30 a.m. at the gym. You one of the two. One of the two. You know what I mean? Yes. We were up
early. Like 4:30.
4:30.
But it is early as hell.
Yeah. Like plug ain't nothing but a call away, or I could just drive up to the shop. You know what I mean? So like I think a lot of a crib too. So
or text him in the morning.
Yep. Plug done pulled up to the crib before.
Shoot, yeah. After 6:45, I'll be up.
Nah, he'll answer at 5.
So I want to ask y'all this last question. We 3 minutes left in this segment right here. Mm-hmm. When do y'all think the shift happens? Like what made y'all shift happen to the mindset that you're currently at?
I'll go first because I actually kind of thought about this. My shift changed in 2021 after my most recent deployment. I had a real close friend kill himself when we was at PSAD. For y'all that don't know where that is, that's Saudi Arabia. It's an Air Force base, so I'm sure some of you all might know. And it just gave me a different perspective of life because I've dealt with it before, but it's different when you have that life of the party that takes their life, the one that's always smiling, always helping you out. It gives you a different view. And when you pull the onion back, he's highly ranked, beautiful family, beautiful wife, nice house, nice car. But when you pull the onion back, he was dying inside. So it just gave you just a different perspective in life. You can have it all, but if certain things are just not aligned, it really hits you.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you sharing that for sure. What you got on it, Plug? And we do have an extra 51 seconds remaining from the first segment, so go ahead, take your time, sir.
I'm gonna make it tick out then.
Oh, you gonna you ain't talking about it?
No, I mean, because it was so many things that has happened that helped me grow. That I know not to take things too seriously and not to take things to the heart as much. You know what I mean? Because you got to let people be people. Trouble don't last always. Today is a new day, and every day above ground is a good day. So I've been through too much to allow anything else to defeat me. And a wise man once told me, once you've gone through the hardest thing that you ever had to do, everything else is easy. And I've
That's
had
true.
some hard, and I had
That's
some
true.
hard, and I'm talking about I had some hard times with compound interest. For real, bro. Like over time, you know what I mean? Like they get bigger, and they don't even have to be, because you know why? Because the problem is this big, and the solution is this big.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say mine was during the pandemic, man. That's when, like, I already had like a big shift, like when I started thinking differently. But my biggest moment of clarity was during the pandemic when I was able to shut everything down and I got into my running life. Like running did it was a lot of therapy for me, going those long miles by yourself, having time to think, having time to reflect on life, like literally going out on runs, just crying, like thinking about things. Like it's crazy how your mind can work, man. You know what I mean? So just one of those things there. So we got 51 seconds left, but I appreciate y'all sharing, man. I appreciate y'all sharing. I think like Plug said, it's so much that happens. Like even here, meeting you guys was another mindset shift. It was another change, another deposit into the bank account. And I will leave everybody with this on this second segment part is deposit mentally into yourself, man. Put people around you, dog, that don't take away. Like, what do they provide? Like, if a person can't provide you anything, let them go, dog. It's a waste of time and a waste of space.
Leave.
So leave them behind. Man, good talk, man. Good talk. I like this, man. So Scott, it's about to get a little testy, Scotty. You know, we about to go into the segment number 3. And anytime we start talking about relationships, sometimes it can get a little spicy. You know, people like to give a little spicy. I will say the conversation should be pretty smooth, but we finna go into segment number 3. So segment number 3,
Shit,
peace,
dog.
peace over passion. What men actually want in their lives at 40. So my first question for y'all is, do you care about attraction or alignment?
I'll go first. Um, I can only go from my point of view. I can't speak for all men. I'm gonna speak for me. I think
Yep.
alignment. I could be attracted. I could be attracted to anybody, but I can't be aligned with anyone. And I think as you continue to grow and evolve, you're looking for someone that is going to help you build and grow. Just based on your statement later that you mentioned earlier, is that you want someone who's going to pour into you. That they're gonna be an addition. So it's an investment. I think when you have an alignment, there's less issues, but that goes back to expectations and communication. So I'm gonna pull more towards alignment, but I can talk on this for a while.
Oh, we got
I'll let
we got time.
I'll
We
let
got
everybody
time.
else chime in.
Go ahead, Plug.
It's this grown folk conversation, bro. So feel free. Man, and I'll show you. There's nothing like alignment. When that thing can align up with that moist monster, it ain't nothing like some head in a comfortable bed. I swear that, but that's therapy. That's therapy. Nothing like that alignment. Yeah.
I would say alignment as well. I think a lot of these topics we're going to be probably 3-0, but alignment to me is attraction. Like
Mhm.
I think and I know from me and Scotty's talks, I don't want to say too much, Scotty, because I don't know who all watch it. But from me and Scotty talks, I think we kind of experienced our military career kind of similar. You know what I mean?
Right.
All respectfully, you know what I mean? So I think once you finally, again, we talked about mindset in the last segment. I think once my mindset shifted, attraction was like almost last on the list. Because when you had the popular beverage that everybody says is supposed to be the best beverage, but then you go try something that's a little bit more cheaper, something that's always available, always there for you, always in stock. You know what I mean? They never switching up on you. They ain't trying to add new flavors to it. Alignment. You know what I mean? Like I feel like when we're young, as young men, we want variety. Everything's about variety. You know what I mean? The next best thing is great. But I always feel that man, alignment is so attractive. Because if we can align together, everything else is gonna fall into place.
That's true.
Everything's gonna fall into place. So I
That's true.
definitely alignment.
Yeah,
So
I think just to add, just to go back on the whole alignment piece, I think when you properly align with your significant other, it helps bring out the best version of you and them, regardless of what your orientation is. I genuinely believe in that. So they push you to be uncomfortable, and they push you to go on the different boundaries that set you up for success and them.
I agree. I agree. So we're gonna move on to this next talking point.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I
I
like it.
like it.
Eventually, what we call in this world, Scott. Eventually, you will crash out. You will crash out.
I'm tired, Grandpa. I'm normally up about 3-ish.
That's why I respected this time. Yeah, I respected the time. The next thing is, do y'all prefer submission or cooperation?
You know, I've thought about this actually, because when you sent over the itinerary, I'm gonna go from my perspective. To me, I feel like, not to bring religion into this, but I want my partner to have free will. So I don't want to put boundaries on you. I want to be able to take you how you are, and how you act accordingly is how I'm going to accept you. But me accepting you, I have the decision on if I want to deal with you or not. So I don't want you to submit. I want you to be you. And if I don't like how you operate, then you can hit the door. There's a billion women in this world that I identify.
So Scotty, I gotta get clarity here, because these women are wrong with some of this. So I gotta get clarity from you. So are you saying you prefer cooperation over submission?
I'm going to say, and this is just my truth, is that you have a free will, and I don't want to tell you what to do or what not to do, but there is a certain kind of mindset that you have to have being with a guy like myself. And if you don't act accordingly, I'm just not the best fit for you. That goes back to alignment.
Y'all see how elegant he laid that out for y'all?
Not to double talk or to not answer your, but I think that's a loaded question.
That was a backhand with a velvet glove. To be that term submission, I want cooperation. Because if we look up the definition of cooperation, what do we get?
Oh, you want me to let me look that up for you? Give me 1 second.
I'll look it up.
No, I got you. Keep cooking. I got you.
I'll put it in modern day terms. They playing nice in the sandbox when they cooperate. But is it authentic? That's the $1 million question. Because someone can cooperate with you,
someone can only cooperate so long before they're being uncooperative. If you're playing, if that's a game, or as you're, I agree. When you're in alignment with a person for you, there's no need to worry about submission. Because real women, if you're a real man and it's a real woman, that's going to be her automatic. It's automatic. It's automatic.
So cooperation is the process of working together towards a shared goal or mutual benefit. Shout out to DP, also pulled it up. He said towards a common goal or to comply with requests.
That's financial. That's the household. The what I want and what you want. All of that. The cooperation is all in there. You know what I mean?
Someone can cooperate with you and backhand you by displaying that they're submitting, but they're really not. That's why I took the other angle, because you can have someone play nice in the sandbox that they're portraying that they're submitting, but they're really not. They're just telling you and doing what they think you want them to do because they're benefiting from you. It's hard to not do certain things when you're keeping a roof over their head, you're putting money in their pocket, and you're checking certain boxes and demands that they put in front of you. Because if you're a man with money, it's easy to get a woman to submit to you or cooperate with you, depending on that tax bracket. Because she don't got to pay no mortgage or no rent. It's easy for her, to shut up and color.
Mm-hmm. He said, "Shut up and color." Yeah, shut up and color, bitch.
So submission is the act of yielding, deferring, or giving authority to another person, system, or principle.
So I think we all want cooperation.
No, I want submission.
Understood.
Yeah, I need my woman to submit. I need you to be submissive.
I
need you to yield, defer, and give your authority over to me.
I need you to be your authentic, consistent self. That's what I need. I'm gonna defer out of that because I don't want to box myself in.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Scott, this is the first time they ever gonna hear this type of conversation. Yeah. Trust me. You cook it. Go ahead. Do your thing.
Go ahead, Scott.
I was gonna say just from me, just because I know the fugazi behavior. I've seen it all. That's why I'm really big on. I just want to see your authentic self. Let me see you naked, and I'm not talking about literal. I want to see how you really operate, how you really think.
Both
how
is fine.
You act day in and day out. I don't want to, if I pay you rent, get your nails done, get your hair done, you're gonna do whatever I tell you to do just because I said I like that, and deep down inside I don't. I'm just testing you.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see your consistent behavior, because anybody can play nice for years on end, and then as soon as you stop doing what you were doing, you get a whole nother side of them.
So Scotty, do you think, because what I'm hearing from you think submission comes with the actions that the man could provide is what you get in return?
Definitely. I think
I like this. I never heard this.
I think a lot of men don't realize it, and even women too, because we got a lot of women that portray the men role. If we're just going to be authentic, if we're going to be authentic, I believe you pay the cost to be the boss. And when you start hitting certain commas in your bank account and what you bring home on a monthly basis or bi-weekly, whatever the case is, the people that attract to you, they're going to fall in a certain line because they know they're going to benefit. When they get accustomed to 4- and 5-star restaurants and those trips, you're able to get certain behaviors out of them. Think about it. You take one of us and we go get a girl at Target, and whatever we tell her we want her to do, and she knows them lights are not going to get cut off, she knows there's not going to be an eviction notice, and she's going to be able to go pick whatever car she wants out the lot. She's going to shut up and color. Don't mean she loves us, don't mean she likes us, but she's going to cooperate and submit. And unfortunately, we are in a very materialistic world. A lot of people don't fail to realize that. And depending on the tax bracket you in, you're going to get submission and you're going to get cooperation. But is it authentic? I think that's the deeper question.
Go ahead, Blue.
A woman will play the long game for comfort.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been dealing with.
So y'all are in agreement right now.
Cooperation, definitely.
Okay.
Cooperation. Like we never had that question before. So the latter would be the no. So it was always submission. But when you say submission or cooperation, no cooperation, of course. You know what I mean? Like cooperation is always that's what you want. You want someone to cooperate at all times. You know what I'm saying?
I want
you to do you, and I want you to do you, and the things that I don't like that you do, I would stand to correct.
I wish we had a poll from a woman's perspective to see.
Oh, we'll get one for you.
How they go about cooperating or submitting based on what a man's doing. Because I guarantee
submission is a curse word on here. Accountability and submission are curse words.
I think cooperation is the easy way out. And the reason why I say that is because, Scotty, I'm more on like I'm big on definitions and words. And like when I read cooperation, it's a process of working together. That means that you want you only gonna cooperate if I'm working in cahoots with you so that you cooperate. That to me is like not what, even if you go from a biblical standpoint of submission, because like Penny said, submission is in spite of richer or poor. Like that should be that's the foundation of what that relationship should be built on. So if I'm going off your cooperation and you're only working with me because we can work together, now we get into this interdependent world that we talked about on here.
Now, I'll say this: the way it's used is not always the definition. It's the way a word is used. When I hear the submission portion of it, when I hear the cooperation, like I don't understand. If anyone wants a happy home, cooperation from both sides have to align. Got to have cooperation. There's always a give and take in everything, in any relationship, any friendship. There's always a give and take. So you have to give as much as you receive, and that person, you also want to be, you don't want to be in any agreement, contractual agreement where both sides are not happy. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to, even if you don't want to, you just saying, oh, being that she's in submission, if I don't want to, that's the way it goes. It doesn't work like that in any relationship at any time. Because if you are trying to dictate to another grown individual, you are going to get pushback. So like Scotty said, giving that person the free will to be cooperative and being who you truly are, and then seeing who you are, you will expose yourself or you will reveal yourself.
Okay, and just to kind of go back on what you just said, Plug, you said like two adults, right? But at the same time, do you think you demanding or you pushing on your partner to provide things for them, like for them to be submissive, you don't think that's kind of almost like, I'm not saying women are equivalent to children because I know this is going to come out bad, but it's like a child, right? There's a lot of things you do to your children early on in life that they might not agree with, but then they grow into a better person because of those things that you demanded from them. And that's how I look at a relationship.
That's based on your leadership. That's based on your leadership.
I think your perspective is how you have any healthy relationship. When you set expectations and get that foundation and you communicate authentically, I think most people are compatible because most people want the same things in life. Everybody wants to feel loved, they want to feel protected, and they want security in the grand scheme of things. Because you can grow into attraction. You can buy and build your bodies, men or women. So I think it goes back to expectation management. When you have that honest, healthy conversation, and you show you're not hiding it, because everybody is in a certain place in life where they have this fear of being hurt.
Okay.
I know this is kind of going off script of our topics, but I think that goes back to being able to get cooperation and submission, which goes back, that ties into the free will. But it all starts with having expectation management.
Okay. I like it. And we promise y'all we're going to have a strict 15 minutes. That was 15 minutes. Regardless that I feel like I ain't get to get mine off, I'll get it off next week. Pause. You know what I mean? And we'll feel more in this. So Momo, you ain't got to worry about the language tonight. We're going to move on to segment number 4. And this is where Scotty about to shine. Here we go. Segment number 4, man. We're moving into our final segment of the night. The reason why I put this on the back end, no pun intended, is so that people can make sure they take the most important piece of our conversation, especially for those who might not have people teach them about financial literacy, people who probably don't have people in their proximity that might be what we consider wealthy or building wealth or things of that nature. I want to give this out there. I hope moms, especially single moms, pass this part on to your sons and daughters, because financial literacy is very important. And since I have met Scotty has always been about financial. Period. If he don't talk about nothing else, he gonna tell you how to get money and your life right. So we moving into segment number 4, financial literacy. You made money, but did you build wealth? This is a 40-year reality check. So the first thing we're going to talk about is income versus assets. And it's yours, Scotty. If myself have anything, I'll let you know. And if Plug got anything, he'll let you know. But we're gonna let you do your thing.
So I actually like this conversation, income versus assets. Due to the audience, because it's 40 for 40. Most of us, we spent the last 40 years, give or take, mastering the art of grind. And building money isn't about how much you can stack. Most people lose that in transit. It's weaponizing your money to buy back your time, leaving a legacy for your memory. Like, I think that's where people get into, but there's a big disconnect between income and assets. Income, your working bee, basically, you're providing labor or time to get services or money, but assets make money for you. They appreciate, they're income producing. There's a couple examples. Everyone jumps on the bandwagon of real estate, but you got to take a deep dive. Does that make sense for you? Are you able to capitalize on the tax benefits? Because a primary home is not an asset, it's a liability. I know that's very controversial, because guess what? You got to pay for the maintenance. You have property taxes, increase of insurance. Also, you lose one thing, because when you start building wealth, your time is more valuable than anything. When you buy a home, it's very market driven, and you can't get in and out of it. Assets, you want your money making money for you, and there's so many different strategies that you can take for your assets. I'm gonna pick on one really right now. It's the stock market. I love it, but most people don't realize with stocks, let's just say you put $10,000 in NVIDIA, just for sake of conversation, is that you have that asset that you're able to capitalize on the dividends, but you're able to borrow back from your money. That's a true asset. You can pull that money out. Also, depending on, this is very controversial, depending on what finance guru you're talking about. Granted, there's a disclaimer, I am not your financial advisor. If you do have a whole life policy and it is written appropriately, you do have cash value. When you have term insurance, it's basic. You don't pay that policy 1 month, that insurance goes away. The biggest thing about that build your wealth is doing a financial check, because you can make all the money you want to, but you're just one paycheck away. It's, can I sit back for 6 months? Can I sit back for a year? Can I sit back for 5 years? If I want to go to the Super Bowl, can I go to the Super Bowl? And it's not how much money you make. It's really about what you have at the end of the day. And I think a lot of people get lost in that. It's like, let's get the bag, but what about how do we keep the bag? How do we shop to reduce our insurance? How do we go about reducing our overall costs? How do we make sure we're able to take care of our health to enjoy our money? So there's a lot of different perspectives when you go to income. Are you using life insurance? Are you using annuity? Are you using stocks? Are you buying gold? Are you buying collective cars? There's just so many different ways. Are you buying land? Land's gonna appreciate if you play the long run. They ain't build no more land. So I think that's just a good, healthy topic, but there's so many different ways we could pick at it. Are you looking at a CD? Are you looking at a high yield saving account? Like, what is your strategy? And I think that's a lot of things people get confused, and it's not a one size fit all.
Scotty, how should someone who feel like they don't make enough income start off to try to secure assets? Like, is there like a bottom line where they can kind of, something that might not be as expensive, or when they get that tax return, instead of buying that used vehicle, they can invest in something?
That's actually a great question. It's not what you make, it's what you're willing to sacrifice to put back. Because if you put back $25 a week, that's $100 a month. 3% 3% compound interest. 100 turns into 103. You keep adding to it, goes up. But I mean, putting your money in savings is just throwing your money away. At least put it in a high yield savings account. So you can start off as little as $5. I mean, for a stock, I'm gonna pick on NVIDIA. I like NVIDIA, just for everyone's saying. But currently, I think it was $196 midday. I think I checked earlier today. You can put my daughter bought her first stock at 18. You put $10, you buy $10 worth of NVIDIA and just continue to add to it. And I think people get caught up on, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50, 100, but you got to start somewhere. And that's just what it's about. And just be disciplined. And I think you go back to our conversation earlier. When you have discipline and structure, the wealth building will come in. But it's not about starving yourself. I think people get caught up in that as well. So you think you got to starve yourself to be able to get a certain method, because when you have an abundance mentality, the money is going to come.
Do you think there's a moment in time where it's too late to invest?
It's never too late. It's never too late. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. But the older you get, it's not quote unquote you're building for your retirement. You're building for your legacy. I mean, you think about it. We're focused on 40 right now. If I'm the average 40-year-old, I'm looking at my health, and I'm looking at what does my parents, if they're still living, what do they look like? Because that's one of the biggest cost burdens of people in their 40s is that long-term care, those health costs that most parents did not plan for. And I think that's just one of the biggest perspectives, and creating those healthy boundaries and getting those things taken care of.
How should a person start a high yield savings account? Like what are some good places that might be a little bit more easier to use? As younger people now, they're not really talking to people a lot. They like to do things right from their phone. Is there any place that they can set up a high yield saving account where they don't have to have face-to-face interaction, but they can do it right from their cell phone?
Of course, there's so many banking institutes. I mean, personally, and based on my background, I would always recommend someone to go with a credit union. I mean, me serving Navy Federal, I'm very biased towards them. Again, I'm not your financial advisor. I like Navy Federal. They always have very competitive interest rates. Interest rates. So, I mean, you look at Navy Federal, you can look at Texas Credit Union. But here's the biggest thing I think a lot of people get lost in. Money is great, but when you live in the United States, credit's better. And I'll die on that hill. Because when you have credit, you're able to use somebody else's money to make money and take risk on. And the worst thing that can happen is you file bankruptcy with. But it's depending on how you tie your money up as well. So this is a very loaded conversation, and there's a lot of perspectives and income brackets you have to consider. But 40 for 40.
Yeah, but I want to also, because we got people from all walks of life that tune in to myself, Uncle Plug TV, soon to be. I'm sure we're gonna get Scotty a platform. We need about 90 days to get him convinced he's gonna get his own. But with this finance, because it's little things, the book I recommend, because I always like to give people some type of literature that they can utilize. A lot of people go to the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, or the Think and Grow Rich. My go-to is The Richest Man of Babylon. I think it gives you the most realistic view of something as simple as paying yourself first, 10%. I think a lot of people don't know how to save because they don't even know how to give themselves anything, right? Like a lot of us live very systematic. I get paid, I got to go pay my car note. I got to go pay my child care. I got to go pay this. And they never think about paying themselves and not knowing that you just blew 10% on getting your nails done, or you just blew 10% on going out with your boys and having too many shots at the club. You know what I mean? I feel like we can always go back to the foundational pieces, but also the most important thing that The Richest Man of Babylon book taught me financially is who to lend money to and who not to. Uh-huh. We don't talk about that enough in the Black culture because our families, once you become a breadwinner, your family will rape you. They will take your financial kindness for weakness. So I don't know if y'all.
That goes down to boundaries, though. That goes back to boundaries, and expectations. People aren't going to do what you let them do, but you do have that. It comes a lot, especially when you have that come up a lot in the minority community as a whole. Of once you make it, you're basically, everyone looks at you as the scapegoat. You're supposed to come save them, Wall Street bailout, basically. And I do concur with that. But it's You know, you could work at McDonald's. You know, I started off humble working at McDonald's, making $5.15. So, and I just like the farmers and some of our ancestors, you set up discipline. It goes back to that conversation earlier. When you have discipline and you put back, if you make $5.15 an hour and you take $5 and you save every check, it's gonna add up. And I think that just goes back to structure and instant gratification. We're in that time where everybody feels like they have to impress someone, and you don't build wealth that way, trying to stay up with the latest trends. And boring builds wealth. Like everyone wants to get the most exciting thing. Boring builds wealth.
Say that one more time for me. I like that.
What boring builds wealth? It
I
does.
like that. I like that. That's a shirt.
Yeah.
That's a shirt and a hoodie for you right there.
Some of
That's
the
great.
best things in life
Are
are
free.
so monotonous. It's so monotonous. Like, but once you start on your financial journey of paying yourself first, everything else will make sense. Once you get yourself a comfortable cushion, once you get yourself a $500 to $1,000 cushion, just of paying yourself, it'll become so routine that'd be the first thing you do. Before you think about your bills, before you think about what you need to do, first thing you do is pay yourself. Trust me, it's the best. And I don't like giving financial advice just because of the profession that I'm in. I make funds every day, so I don't like giving financial advice because mine is kind of unrealistic unless you're in the field that I'm in.
Not really, plug.
But a lot
Really,
of
because it's kind of what Scotty said though. That's what their high yield savings is.
yeah,
It is. It's something that's compounding. Like it's really paying you daily.
what what's
Probably
fun
not. Probably
is
not incrementally like yours, but like you know what I mean.
like to have two and then start one out like a month ahead, like 30 days out, and then try to make. I play a game with myself where I be trying to let one catch up with the other one. I be like say if this was at like 148 and this one's at like 38, I'm trying to hurry up and catch that 38 up to the 148, and then I'm trying to get this one to two. Then I get it to two. Now I'm trying to get this one to catch up to the two. It's don't mind.
It's a game for you.
I be having fun. I swear I be having fun doing that. Like paying yourself should become like something of a fun hobby that you do. Investing in your financial future should become something of a fun hobby for yourself. It should be something like when you playing Candy Crush and watching that, getting that little ball that blow everything up. Like that should be fun.
Yeah.
I would say my perspective on building wealth is reducing your overhead costs. And I know that's controversial in today's society. It's not about buying the new car, the big house, or, getting another bill. It's how do I live a comfortable life within your tax bracket where you're able to really have freedom. I think freedom is the biggest flex that actually ties into wealth.
Scotty, you the man. They say bring this brother back. That boy got gems. So we got the 2-minute warning, man. I want you to do something for me, Scott. This is the last 2 minutes for segment number 4 before we close out the show. But I really want you to, in 2 minutes, try to explain the difference between term and whole.
Yeah.
Life insurance.
So term is exactly what it says. It's temporary. It's temporary insurance. Whole life insurance is basically a investment tool for insurance, depending on how the policy read up. This is where the nuances goes in. You have some term policies that it builds cash flow, and it basically provides dividends on a monthly or quarterly basis. Again, it's very nuanced. It's based on how the contract is constructed. This is where the devil's in the details. But from a simplistic standpoint, your whole life insurance, you locked in at a certain rate for as long as you live, and based on whatever that policy is, let's just say $200,000 for even math. When you die, you're guaranteed to at least get $200,000, and you're locked in at this rate, but you're going to build cash value. Where term is, you could pay, let's just say $20 for easy math. You're going to make $20 a month, but every year, depending, because as you get older, your life insurance does increase, just for the record. And you can do a quick Google check to fact check me. However, once you decide, let's just say you have a bad month, you lose your job, that temporary insurance is gone, you don't pay that premium. Well, that whole life, if you've kept it for a year or so, you build a cash flow, and let's just say you have a couple bad months, you can take from that cash investment to keep that insurance locked in at that current rate. Or you could borrow from it as well. So there's a few tools, but it depends on how you're written up. But you don't want to go to some of those, not to be mean, but you don't want to go to some of those rinky-dink vendors who they'll give a policy to anyone. Because, when they write in a real policy, they're going to check your blood, your height and weight. And let's just be honest, you all are not insurable, if we're just going to be honest.
All right, man. We just hit that 15-minute mark, man. That's segment number 4, the financial literacy, man. I think this was a great first show for 40 for 40, man. Shout out to our boy Scotty, man. They already asked you for, I got you. Let me give him a real one. Let's give you a real one. This is something that I know myself and Plug have been talking about this for over a year now, being able to bring this for you guys. And I think it's something that means a lot. I think this is something down the road that people are going to look back. We just talked about financial literacy, but it was also talking about building a legacy too, right? And this is a virtual legacy that people don't think about. When we're no longer here, those who know us and their children who know us will be able to go back to this one day and say, hey, I remember when Mr. Scotty told me to get that whole life insurance instead of that term. Now I understand what it means, because every week we're going to get more and more in depth. I know we didn't get to every point on our talking points for each segment, but we are going to get y'all there. But just remember, this is 40 for 40, 4 men, 3 men with 4 perspectives. Our one standard. The biggest thing is we're not here because we figured everything out. We're here because we lived long enough of life where it actually matters. Every week, we're giving you the real, the wins, the losses, the discipline, and most importantly, the decisions that shaped us as men. From the field to your health, from your relationships to your finances, this is about one thing: alignment. Because at this level, it's not about chasing more, it's about managing what you have already built. So before, again, we appreciate everybody who came out to 40 for 40, man. We're going to keep this thing rolling. We solid 20, solid hour show. I love it. The structure was beautiful. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Scott will be back, or Scotty is what we call him. Scotty Too Hottie will be back. But we appreciate all you guys. And, we got 1 minute. Y'all got anything y'all would like to talk to the chat up? Tell the chat that you didn't get a chance to say this tonight so far.
I yield the floor to Scott.
Me too.
I will say, at 40, this age, before you go out here and buy a life insurance policy, please do your due diligence. So a lot of times at 40, annuity might be a better strategy for you.
Appreciate you, man. We will catch y'all next Wednesday at the same time, man, around 8:15, no later than 8:30. Scotty is normally already asleep and already ready for the next day, but we appreciate you, Scotty, man. This has been an honor, man. Me and Plug are on the platform a lot on a weekly basis, but to have you here, man, and have people already acknowledge your understanding and seeing what you're trying to bring, man, again, man, we appreciate it, man. We'll appreciate it, man. And we will catch y'all next week. And that's 40 for 40. Let's get it.
Do this once. I wasn't gone. I was doing what I was doing. I wasn't showing it to y'all. So to you, I'm back. Ha! To you, I'm back. Ha ha. Yeah. Big dog back. I'm commanding the troops. I got a legion of angels that stand